So one of the focuses we have at Panasonic is really changing the perception of what we are. We're not just a consumer brand, we're not just Lumix cameras and Viera TVs, we're actually a lot more than that. 70% of our revenues come from B2B. So in order to let the world know that, we've invited 15 journalists from across Europe to attend a press tour in Denmark to showcase some of our AV technologies at the Moesgaard Museum and Horsens Prisons Museum, but also to give them some information, a seminar if you like, and introduce them to the technologies that are really going to drive forward that growth in B2B over the coming months and years.
The visit yesterday was a fantastic opportunity to see this technology in situ, and obviously it's transformed the way museums operate in the two examples that we saw, because it brings the whole exhibit alive. Your customers, they demand more from an experience these days, particularly when you're trying to appeal to a wide range of older relatives, youngsters, and of course youngsters want the tech and the interactive feel of exhibits. So using this kind of projection technique really brings it alive, and I certainly think other museums will be looking to follow these examples, definitely.
In the old days, 10 years ago, you were using monitors in all kinds of situations, and they did what they did, but they were just there. They didn't really communicate with you. The mapping projectors that Panasonic has produced now is really interesting, because you can start using them for mapping 3D images on a wall, and you actually see things growing out of the wall. You can start animating it, and you can actually take it to the next level and use bigger projectors. I got educated without being bored, and I got educated without being pressed to understand something that I didn't necessarily need to understand. There's quite a few things that I had no idea would be happening, and there was so much of it all. We actually spent 3 or 4 hours at the two exhibitions, and we saw so many things, and we got so overwhelmed by information that it was like, wow.
In terms of museums, it's one of the focuses we have, but certainly laser technology stretches beyond the boundaries of museums into higher education, into rental and staging. We've just launched a 30,000 lumen laser projector that actually will be used in high brightness concerts and large auditoriums. So it's not just museums, but certainly museums are really well placed to take advantage of the benefits that laser technology brings.